Happy Monday. I used to do a lot of complaining, especially about emotional things, especially about the way people would treat me. I had this entitlement mindset of, I'm treating people, good. And I mean, when I look back on it, I guess I wasn't treating people all that good. But, in a sense of life and, and balance and different things like that, and, looking at things that go on in the world, I was treating people decently well. But I wasn't being treated the way that I felt like I deserved to be treated in return. That's silly. And I'm glad one of my friends talked me out of that. He talked me off the ledge. And the reason why I say it is because it was destroying me. Sitting around, bickering, whining, and complaining, and feeling entitled to a certain kind of treatment, it was tearing me apart. Because what started to happen for me was I started to feel like, well, everyone's bad, or I'm the good person, everyone else is the bad person. And in all reality, that was very far from the truth. I was just like those people. Maybe not exactly the same, but I was putting out energy that wasn't going to get me what I wanted. I wanted to be treated better. Well, what I needed to do was I needed to start taking accountability for how I was treating people and focus on, what my output was, rather than focusing on who and how they were treating me. See, this is the thing. You're not helping yourself by sitting around complaining, because you attract how you feel. So if you feel like crap, or you feel like everyone's, out to get you, or you feel like everyone's bad, those are the people that are coming to your life. But if you walk around joyous, and this is where my problem was, and there's some different things that were going on there. I don't want to, give out any disclaimers, but during this particular time frame that I'm talking about in my life, I was dealing with a horrific back injury. I still am. I'm injured. I'm in pain all the time. People never believe me, but I mean, I just go. I understand, very acutely that life only gives us a window of time that we can be active. And I've understood that my whole life. And so, being hurt isn't going to stop me from being active unless I'm just totally laid up. And there's times where I am, but I quickly recover and get back on my feet and get going again, because I want to be an active person. I've always been an active person. My whole life, I've always been super active. But one of the issues was, oh, well, he always looks angry and everything like that. And I take accountability for that. I can own that. But a lot of it was because I was always in pain, and I was, in this recovery process, and people expect you to be, smiley. And there were times that I was, but there were also times that I was in a lot of pain. And so, you can't just like, oh, put a smile on. I'm already giving out all that energy so I can train and be active and things like that. So, you're gonna regress in some other areas. I'm a human being. So there's my disclaimer about, people saying I had a bad attitude, basically. And like I said, I take full accountability for that, because we have to own our own behavior, and we have to own the reality of, hey, people are going to react to you based on what you're putting out. And I was putting out some negativity there, not only FaceTime negativity as far as like my demeanor and, my feelings would kind of show and things like that, which is immature. And the way that I would speak about people in private, I would say like, oh, well, this person, or they're doing it to me, that kind of attitude. And I'm telling you, folks, I look back on that time and I laugh at myself, because we need to be more mature than that. We need to take ownership of how we act. We need to take ownership of how we speak about people and speak about situations in our downtime, and how we spend our time with our friends. Are we going to spend our time with our friends complaining and, you know, bickering about these different things? Or are we going to spend our time with friends trying to construct new ways for us to prosper and help people and become better people? See, you only have one life. And like going back to what I said before, you attract how you feel. So if you're sitting around complaining, then more of that's going to come. If you sit around talking about how great things are and focusing on the positive, which there are more because you're alive, then you are going to see things start to twist and turn in your life, and they'll finally get to a point where you're, you know, balanced and like I am now after becoming more mature and more in control of my behavior and my feelings. Happy. So take that, digest it. If you like it, great. If you don't, these are for my son, like I always say. So happy Monday.